Ladies and gentlemen, S0626 back once again on today's double upload. The previous upload I had was me discussing Battlefield 5 and the Battle Royale bullshit that I'm calling it. A lot of rage, a lot of anger, a lot of questions that I raised throughout the course of that video about several topics, not just about Battle Royale. So please, if you get the chance, give that a watch if you haven't already. But unlike that video, I'm actually fairly positive about this video and this game, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Before I continue, I just want to say the map that I'm playing on is Kashyyyk, aka Kachiro Beach. This is basically one of the infamous battle scenes from the movie Revenge of the Sith, probably the better Star Wars film from the prequel era. It's definitely my favorite of the Star Wars movies, and it's really cool to be playing this game and this setting on Galactic Assault. So I hope you guys enjoy that, because I absolutely smacked throughout the course of the video. And also, I wanted to have some shameless self-promotion. I'm on Twitter, link down in the description below. I also have an official Edge0626 Facebook page. So when YouTube's back on its bullshit with not notifying subscribers, you can always go like the Facebook page, follow it there, and you'll find out what videos go live, when they go live. The links are always provided on that page. Go give that page a like. Link is also down in the description below, as well as my Twitch. But I don't plan on streaming anytime soon. I gotta fix my shitty streaming quality as well as my shitty internet. So before I even think about ever streaming again. So, gotta do what you gotta do, right? Anyway, Star Wars Battlefront 2. When Dennis Bronville stepped on that stage, I knew we were in for a treat. I don't know how, but I just knew that something good was going to come out of that mostly abysmal EA Play conference. And it is now officially confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, that Clone Wars is now coming in 2018 to Star Wars Battlefront 2. They didn't, if I remember correctly, that there wasn't an official timetable for Clone Wars DLC. I'm assuming it's either going to come out in very late summer or early fall, which seems to be fair enough because the Han Solo season is probably coming to an end at the end of June this month. And I think it's I'm really happy that this news was brought. I think that the community really needed this news to come out, and the fact that it's now out makes me a very happy player in the Star Wars Battlefront community. One of the other things they mentioned, and it came up on the screen, and I was kind of fanboying out a little bit, because I'm a huge fan of the Battle of Geonosis in Episode 2. Geonosis is now, I think, is confirmed to be the first map, or at least one of the featured planets, in the Clone Wars DLC season, which is absolutely fantastic, because the things they can do are endless with Geonosis. They can make Galactic Assault. They can do Starfighter Assault to some capacity. They can do Strike. They can do, obviously, a Blast Team Deathmatch mode. Like I said, possibilities are endless. They can even do a similar mode like they did with Ewok Hunt, where you can play as a Geonosian. I can't fucking say that for some reason. You can play as a Geonosian and hunt down clone troopers. And honestly, what's cooler than that? I have absolutely no idea. I don't know how, and if you guys just noticed, I don't know how the fuck I did not see that guy. I didn't notice it when I was playing for some reason, so I was like, fuck, thank God he didn't see me, but I could have had the easy kill there. So, that was a bummer. But the other stuff I want to say is we also got a new game mode, or it's said that they're having a new game mode come to Star Wars Battlefront 2. I think, if I remember correctly, Dennis Bronville said something along the lines of, we're going to have a new Starfighter game mode where you can dogfight with hero ships. And that's cool and all. I really do think that's cool and all. but I kind of feel like it's going to be too similar to what the hell is that thing? Hero Showdown that they just added, and Heroes versus Villains. I also feel like hero ships to villain ships are severely outweighed. I think there are more hero ships than there are villain ships, so it's kind of a bummer. Unless they add something that we don't know about, who knows? The other thing I want to talk about is the new heroes that we're getting, and I'll discuss it one by one. The first one is probably the most noteworthy of the four, if not the first or second most noteworthy, and that is General fucking Grievous. If you guys don't remember General Grievous, he was one of the major characters, or one of the major antagonists in episode 3. He's this crazy ass fucking cyborg that hunts Jedi for a living and leads the droid army. Little background story about him. And he's now officially coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2. What I want to know is this, though. How are they going to have... Because one of General Grievous's features is having 4 arms. These 4 arms, can do a lot of shit. Because he has 2 arms that end up being 4 arms because he's a fucking cyborg and he's awesome and shit. So, he can do a lot of stuff. He can do, spinning, buzzsaw moves. He can just wail lightsabers around, that type of crazy stuff. I want to know how that's going to be an effect, or go into effect in gameplay. I think he might be the most OP hero. Not OP hero. He might just be the most OP villain in the game. That would just be my opinion, just based on how the possibilities are for his character. So that's that. General Grievous is in the game. Next up, again, one of the more noteworthy of the 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi, also confirmed for the Clone Wars season. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Obi-Wan. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of Force moves involved, probably a Force push of some sort, or even, I don't even know. I honestly don't know. The possibilities, I have a feeling what they'll do with Grievous, but Obi-Wan's probably one of the more black sheep in terms of abilities that he might have. So once again, the possibilities with Obi-Wan are endless. I'm just happy that he's finally coming into the game. What I really want to know is this. Did they actually get Ewan McGregor to record his voice? Because if they did, that would be fucking cool. But the next hero or villain is actually a villain, and it's Count Dooku. And obviously, the first thing I think of when I see Count Dooku is Force Lightning. So I think his ability to use Force Lightning will definitely be an ability to use in-game. I also think he'll have a lot of cool lightsaber moves. So I'm looking very much forward to that. Count Dooku's definitely one of the more quote-unquote notable Clone Wars characters, especially in the cartoon as well as the movies. So I'm looking forward to him. I look forward to playing as him if I ever get to play as a hero, because one of the quick sidetrack tidbit there. One of the biggest problems I have in this game, in this specific gameplay, was the fact that I had so many battle points that I couldn't spend them because the heroes were all taken up. The hero number was all taken up. And it sucks, because if they're going to add more heroes and villains, I honestly 100% believe that DICE needs to up the number of heroes and villains that you can play on a Galactic Assault map. Because with them adding all these heroes, no one's ever going to get the chance to play them, and that's what sucks. So now that that's out of the way, the final hero that they're adding to the game is Anakin Skywalker, who we also know as Darth Vader. Now, I'm actually shocked that DICE was given the okay to do this by Lucasfilm, considering how it might fuck with the continuity of Star Wars, because I know a lot of fans were kind of questioning that. But you know what? I'm happy about it. So should you, to be honest. As long as Anakin's actually in the game, that's all that really matters. The question is, are they using his Episode 3 version of himself or his Episode 2? Quite frankly, I think they should use Episode 3, just for the fact that, to me, he was more powerful as a Jedi in Episode 3. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, one of the major things that I took from this conference when Dennis Bronville stepped on that stage was the following words. Something that went along the lines of, we're going to include new modes that involve capturing command points or command posts and boarding enemy ships and destroying enemy ships, something along those lines. Ladies and gentlemen, when I heard those words, one of the first things I thought of, and if you can go back and find it, I'm pretty sure it's going to be all over the place by the time I upload this video. There is a very good chance that Conquest, Galactic Conquest, is coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2. And it only makes sense because that's one of the possibilities you can have with Geonosis. Geonosis is so damn big that you can probably make a Conquest mode. By the way, sick ass long shot there with my LMG. That was pretty cool. But yeah. And then not only that, and I actually discussed this in my last Star Wars Battlefront video. If this is the case, how are they going to include it for the rest of the games? I'm pretty sure this is something that's currently in development, but I don't know how it's going to play out. I know the Clone Wars maps are probably the maps that are best suited for this, but I doubt the other maps are best suited for a Galactic Conquest mode. All that matters is we have that little tidbit there. I swear to Christ, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not lying. Those words were actually said. If you were paying attention to the live stream, those were the actual words of Dennis Bronville, where he said something along the lines of capturing command posts and boarding enemy ships. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you went to that assumption as well. I don't want to jump the gun, but I also don't want to say that it's not happening, because from what he said, it seems like Conquest mode may just be in effect after all for Star Wars Battlefront 2. And if that is the case, then I can tell you the player count, especially with this DLC, will boost exponentially. And that makes me an incredibly happy player of Star Wars Battlefront 2. So, that's basically what I've taken out of the EA Play conference for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Not a lot was said. Nothing was pretty much shown, but what was said and what was shown was very impactful for the future of this game. Once again, I know I've said this many times before. I know that this game had a really rough launch. They had to overhaul the progression system. I was very upset about the whole loot box bullshit in the game. A lot of people were upset. A lot of people probably stopped playing the game for that reason and that reason alone. But I honestly believe that if we're getting what I think we're getting in this next Clone Wars DLC, whether it is late summer or early fall, I can humbly tell you all that this may just be the turnaround that Star Wars Battlefront 2 desperately needs. Because after that launch, a lot of people were turned off by this game. And once again, if what they said was true, I can only imagine the possibilities that they could have for not just Clone Wars, but for the overall game itself. And as you could tell, unlike Battlefield 5, I'm overly positive, if perhaps maybe too positive, about the future of this game. It might blow up in my face, but I'm really, really hoping that this game comes out of the ditch, or the grave, the nearly finished grave that EA and DICE dug for itself early on. Another thing I just want to quickly mention before this gameplay ends is they actually are also overhauling the squad system, which is another thing I've been dying for them to do. So the fact that they're actually doing that as well makes me a guy that likes to focus a lot on team play as well as working with other players to get the objective. PTFO motherfuckers. It makes me an extremely happy camper. So I'm very happy. Again, I sound positive. I may even be overly positive, but I honestly feel, after the EA play, I honestly feel like this game is in good hands for the time being. We just have to wait and hold out just a little bit longer, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ed0626. If you liked what you saw, leave a like down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I don't know, man. It's gonna be great for Star Wars Battlefront 2. That's all I can say. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments section, and I hope you guys enjoy your day. Also, check out the Battlefield 5 video I made earlier today, and peace out.